There are professionals across grades from all walks of life in and out of the country. So today we've got Shola himself, Shola Igbade, thank you, who is the head of training for FCMB in banking. He understands banking is. But Shola, please, you had mentioned it during your presentation that, and I'm referring to a question here that says, what's that? We understand agility quite all right, but how do we thrive in an organization that perhaps cannot be as quick or as flexible? So you had said, I mean, you work in a bank. One of the things you mentioned was how quickly the organization was able to respond and set up your staff, and I believe across the country. That speed element, I'd like you to please speak to it.
All right, thank you very much. Yeah, I know that there will be a lot of peculiar issues, from organizations to organization as it is. But one key lesson that I think even at the enterprise level that the organization needs to begin to look at is we cannot afford to always prepare ourselves only for today. We cannot always only, prepare the process or the structure that we run in the organization only for the present market or the present product or services that we render. There must be some element of, looking into the future and taking a stake, all right? So for me in the banking, the reason why we were able to, adapt quickly was because before COVID-19, we started experimenting. A case in point was the fact that there is this, bi-weekly, learning sessions that we always run in my organization. We call it Knowledge Improvement Program, KIP. And this usually happens across the network, whereby we would, on a Wednesday of the event, or before the event, it's always every other Thursday. So we will share the presentation slide, do what we call a train the trainer session using Teams, just a similar platform like this, whereby we're able to talk to all the people that will be facilitating the next morning. Now, we already have that kind of a process in place. However, they don't do the session online. We only use the session for only train the trainer session. So the people that will train people will now go to their various branches and meet in a physical location and facilitate the same content that we had actually shared a day before. Now, so which means for some funny reason, we already have an infrastructure in place that can, facilitate that switch, to remote work, all right? So by November last year, for some funny reason, we were just thinking that even when we do this, we usually do it between 7:15 in the morning to 8 a.m. So it's 45 minutes session. We were getting some feedback from staff that some people are finding it difficult, particularly some people are entering into some one chance because they were leaving home too early. So we just said, okay, why can't we do a complementary or a blended approach whereby people can go to their various locations to attend. However, we go to our boardroom where we have the facility to transmit and to project the same session to everybody, and they can access it on their mobile devices. So if you are still committing to work and it's 7:15 already, you can plug in and be part of that session. So to some extent, I believe because we were forward thinking and thinking ahead of even not just preparing for what is convenient today, all right, we were able to put some infrastructure in place to facilitate a future, issue of like, we're not going to be in a physical location again. So I think that was primarily responsible for our ability to just, activate everybody on that same platform to start their, usual meetings, carrying out their, monthly activities, weekly activities, daily, activities report and all of that on the platform, simply because we had that. So now talking of organization that doesn't have that, I can tell you that they will always struggle. And but again, if you don't have that in place, what I think will be necessary is for the individual to now embark on what I usually call do your own individual fact finding and report back to the organization. Do your personal fact finding and report back to the organization by citing examples of what has worked somewhere else, and on the merit of what you are proposing. If the organization really means business, they will be able to find a way to buy into whatever you are proposing. So like one of the speakers also said earlier on, sometimes you don't have to wait until the change happens. You yourself, you can anticipate it and propose something that will really prepare you ahead of what is going to come. Somebody said, what will come will come. It is who we have before those things come that would make the difference. So I think this is just a very good opportunity for everybody to know that I cannot, even as I am right now, I can't be preparing only for what I do, all right? There are times that you have to ask yourself that, okay, in what other aspect of the organization can you add value? And the moment you have that kind of thinking, the moment you have that kind of mindset, you will always be ready, all right, to take on, tackle anything that comes your way as it is. And I'm going to tie it also to what somebody also said, that if you know that something can be done differently, why can't you volunteer and be the one to do it? All right? If you know that something that can be done differently, volunteer your time, volunteer yourself, volunteer your skills, volunteer your competencies to get it done. Even where you don't have the skills and the competencies to get those things done, you can just begin to learn about it. All right? And I think that will be a good way if you find yourself in a rigid culture, you find yourself in an organization that is not as structured, you find yourself in an organization that doesn't have some of these, standards and procedures that can enable everybody to work seamlessly. Begin to be the change, agent. Begin to be the catalyst that will bring something new into that system. Every organization will always acknowledge and recognize, superior skills as it is, provided it is delivering results and it is also adding value to the bottom line. So I think that is it. And the starting point for everything that we're discussing today is your mind, your mindset. Okay, so that's my own response to that.
Fantastic. Bumi,
okay.
I mean, you work in a bank and you have members of staff, either that you have to address from your function across, you run learning for FCMB, and you also have staff members who work in branches all across the country. So what's it like managing people where we have this possible challenge with location?
All right, thank you very much. I think it's in two folds. The first fold is pre-COVID and also during COVID, and of course, as we are also progressing in that. Pre-COVID, I don't know whether we'll ever go back to that full, structure again. But the fact remains that one major thing that I can see in being able to successfully manage the diverse teams that work or support, particularly the academy, all right, across the various training hubs that we have, is the interpersonal skills. All right, I have found out that even in progressing in my career to be able to do anything, your ability to work with people, your ability to defer to people, your ability to let people, let me put it this way, you will make it a lot easier for people to support you when you are clear, all right, in communicating what you really want to achieve to them. So clarity of vision, clarity of goal, being explicit, removing all ambiguity in what I expect from you in terms of your responsibility, which I believe that was what Nkechi was trying to refer to by having, the task that you want to measure. All right, we say whatever gets measured gets done. All right, when you have that and people understand the consequence management that is tied to that task. All right, most times when I say consequence management, the reward that is attached to it, if there is attached to it, if you are able to achieve it, and also the sanction that is also tied to it if you are unable to achieve it. Most times I found out that people tend to sit up and tend to give their best when they know that when they are very clear about what is a need for them, One, most times when you ask people to do something for you and they are not forthcoming, you have to check two things. It's either you have not communicated well, or what you have communicated to them does not have them in the equation. That is, there's nothing in it for me, so why should I do it? All right, so most times I think as learning and development and HR practitioners generally, we just need to be able to on our skills on being able to really articulate, you know, the vision, if I can call it that, or the goals or the why behind every task that you want people to do for you or to provide some form of support for you. So back to the example of my academy, for instance, all right, I've got hubs in Abuja, Kaduna, I've got in Port Harcourt, Enugu, and of course, I have people that are not members of the academy, you know, providing some skeletal learning support, administrative support for us and all of that. And you need to be able to recognize that what they are doing for you is not core for them, it is core for you. So your ability to convince them and to appeal to their sense of, you know, vision or their sense of mission and commitment will be a lot, it will serve you better than one thing, because they don't report to you, for instance. So you need to find a way to influence them. So whether you assuage their, you know, their ego or whatever it is, in terms of your communication with them, then you are able to get things done. But again, not even talking about employees that come for different activities, even in Lagos, getting people to recognize that why you are coming, because people always will do things for different reasons. Most times they might do it for not for the reason for which that thing was actually set up. So I believe in trying to make sure that when you have people of diverse background, diverse experience, diverse skill set, and diverse expectations as well, you know, involved in a project or in a task, all right, it becomes a lot more complex to manage them. Then you have to ensure that you are different things to different people, communicate to them in the way that they will, each of the parties will understand. And therefore, I think that's what we call stakeholders management. And I think Yemi Fashion was trying to say that, look, you will fail flat on your face, all right, with the best of initiative, with the best of ideas, when you don't have people that have already bought into that idea. And I'm trying to link it to what he said, that transformational, you know, HR would be impossible without inspirational leadership. So everything you also want to do, get the big boys behind you, get the decision makers behind you, get the critical stakeholders behind you, and that will be easy for you to really, you know, get things done with people as it is. You know, I don't know whether that really addressed the person's concern, because again, like Yemi said, you must always put things in context. So depending on the context you're looking at it, vision is important, clarity is important, and of course, ability to, you know, appeal to the people's emotions that will be working with you is important, because lastly, it is said that emotions always drive people, and we expect people to drive performance. So the more you're able to manage people's emotionally, all right, like she was saying that, are you okay? Are you mentally okay? Is your husband still at work? Have you lost anything? That is the emotional bit of the performance, all right? When you focus on the emotions of the people, trust me, naturally they will release the best of themselves to you, and they will get, you know, the job done. Thank you very much.
Fantastic, fantastic. Thank you so much, everyone. Again, another opportunity for you to unmute yourself and just do, you know, give a round of applause to the speaker and all panel members who joined. Can you please just do that again? This has been amazing. This has been fantastic. Thank you so much.